Folks, we have some great news in regards to a second stimulus bill and a second stimulus check. It is approved. Our politicians in Congress, the Democrats and Republicans, have come to an agreement on stimulus relief. According to the Washington Post, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has announced an approximately $900 billion deal on emergency relief package. After months of contentious negotiations and seemingly intractable partisan gridlock, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer took to the Senate floor to say that a deal has been finalized and could be quickly approved. The emerging stimulus package was expected to direct hundreds of billions of dollars in aid to jobless Americans, ailing businesses and other critical economic needs that have grown as the pandemic ravages the country and batters the economy.
Provide another round of direct impact payments to help households make ends meet and continue our economic recovery. We all know this crisis has tested our healthcare providers. This legislation will continue to fund the front lines. But the crisis in American education has been staggering as well. So this package will supply billions and billions of dollars to help kids back in school, and to do so safely. These are just some of the key components. There are many more. And importantly, we're going to supply this emergency aid in a way that is smart and responsible. We'll be repurposing more than $560 billion in money that was already set aside by the CARES Act, but not spent, toward these urgent needs that I've outlined. And we'll be appropriately paring back some of the most expansive powers that Congress temporarily gave unelected officials to stabilize the financial system back in the springtime, and I want to particularly thank Senator Toomey for his extraordinary contribution to that effort. At long last, we have the bipartisan breakthrough the country has needed. Now we need to promptly finalize text, avoid any last minute.
There's even more great news in that this will not be the final stimulus bill. Mitch McConnell, President Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer, and Speaker Pelosi have promised more stimulus payments and additional stimulus relief sometime next year. Mitch McConnell has actually said more help is on the way. Moments ago, in consultation with our committees, the four leaders of the Senate and House finalized an agreement. It will be another major rescue package for the American people. Folks, tell me in the comments down below, are you excited for the second stimulus check? And what will you do with this $600 stimulus payment? Will you save it, invest it, or pay bills? Tell me in the comments down below. And before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the notifications bell, and let's get this video to 1,000 likes if you want more stimulus checks in 2021. Now folks, since a second stimulus bill and a second stimulus check has been approved, do you believe that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is going to be willing to pass more stimulus relief in 2021 with President-elect Joe Biden? Leave a comment down below saying yes or no. According to the Washington Post, Schumer took to the Senate floor, calling the aid package insufficient, but heralding it as a critical measure to give the new president a boost, a head start as he prepared to right our ailing economy. The House on Sunday night prepared to approve a one-day extension of government funding to allow the final bill, text on the relief package, to be written. The stopgap measure would then have to be approved by the Senate and signed by Trump to prevent a government shutdown after midnight. Lawmakers had already finalized key economic relief measures, including stimulus checks up to $600 per person. The size of that benefit will be reduced for people who earned more than $75,000 in 2019. Similar to the last round of stimulus checks, according to people who spoke on the commission. The stimulus checks will provide $600 per adult and child, meaning a family of four will receive up to $2,400. Congress will also extend federal unemployment benefits of up to $300 per week, which could start as early as December 27th. While there's a broad agreement on stimulus checks and unemployment insurance, they caution nothing is final until the bill text is released. The draft bill also includes a tax break for corporate meal expenses, lobbied for by the White House and strongly denounced by congressional Democrats. Trump has for months talked about securing the deduction as a way to revive the restaurant industry, badly battered by the pandemic.
Hardship for millions. Congress insists COVID aid is coming.
At long last, we have the bipartisan breakthrough the country has needed.
The $900 billion package, the second largest relief bill in U.S. history, has traveled a long, bumpy road of tense deal-making. Getting it passed could happen as early as tonight.
The great news is Congress is not going to be the Grinch. We're going to get this package done.
Among the key benefits, a new round of cash payments.
If they got a check last time, they will get a check again this time, adults and children.
That's $600 for Americans who qualify based on income.
Washington Post goes on to say that the deal overextending federal jobless benefits for millions of unemployed Americans at a level of $300 per week would cover up to 11 weeks of unemployment at least through March 14th. An unemployment benefits program for contract and gig workers, which is also set to expire at the end of the year, would be extended for 11 weeks for those workers as well. Negotiators also agreed to extend the deadline for states and cities to use unspent money approved for them by the CARES Act. States and cities have until the end of the year to spend billions of dollars before it expires and has to be returned to the federal government. The deal instead extended that deadline for a full year. Republicans have successfully opposed Democrats in their demands for hundreds of billions of dollars in state and local aid.
Small businesses, more paycheck protection loans to retain their workers and help to keep precious cargo moving.
The cost of vaccine distribution needs to be covered. We want to keep airlines flying, buses going, transit systems going.
Despite the scope of this relief, it does not cover key priorities for Democrats who say they will push for more after Joe Biden takes office.
Democrats would have liked to provide more relief, especially to state and local governments.
And Kelly, how long until Americans will get those $600 checks?
Well, it could come quickly, even within.
Many local governments are experiencing steep declines in tax revenue and have been warning of layoffs. Extending the deadline for using leftover local government funding from the CARES Act, however, allows Democratic lawmakers to say they still provided some relief to ailing locals. The agreement will also extend for 1 month a moratorium on evictions that is set to expire at the end of the year. The moratorium will be extended through January, at which point Democrats believe the incoming Biden administration can extend again if necessary. The legislation will also provide approximately $25 billion in emergency assistance to renters, although it remained unclear how that money would be dispersed.
Deal getting a direct check, just like they did in March. Now that is a victory, Mr. President. There's no two ways about it, and we should celebrate that victory, not on our own behalf, but for the many people in this nation who desperately need it, and who until just a few days ago could expect nothing at all in the way of direct assistance from this body. And I want to thank those who worked so hard to make sure that this relief was available and is going to the working people of this country, not least the President of the United States, who has been very clear over and over again that he wants to see direct relief to working families.
With that being said, everybody, that is all the news in regards to your second stimulus check and the unemployment benefits. If you found this video useful, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell. Thank you for watching, everybody, and until next time, have a great day.